Hello and welcome back to Easy English Sip. I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben. So glad you're here to share another conversation with us, helping you say goodbye mute English.
Today, we're talking about something essential for travel, public transportation. And our inspiring story is about how learning English truly opened up the world for a famous traveler and writer, Rick Steves.
Many of you might know Rick Steves from his popular travel shows and guidebooks, but when he was a young man traveling through Europe for the first time, he realized something critical. English was the key to unlocking so many experiences.
He often tells stories about how, with basic English, he could ask locals for directions, order food, negotiate prices, and even share a laugh. English wasn't just a language for him. It was a passport to deeper understanding and richer adventures, helping him connect with people from all over the world.
He didn't need to be perfectly fluent, but his ability to use English for real conversations allowed him to truly experience different cultures beyond just seeing famous sights. His simple English skills empowered him to travel independently, build relationships, and even build his career.
Exactly. Rick Steves shows us that when you learn English, especially for practical situations, you're not just learning words. You're gaining freedom, confidence, and the ability to connect with a wider world. Today, we'll give you the English tools to make your public transportation experiences just as empowering. So let's jump right in.
That's a great story, Anna. You know, it really makes me think about my first time in London. The Underground, or Tube as they call it, man, it felt like a giant maze. I was constantly looking at maps and honestly asking for directions a lot.
Oh, the tube is definitely an experience, Ben. I totally get that. I remember trying to figure out which line to take to get to the British Museum. I kept confusing the Piccadilly line with the Victoria line. It was just so overwhelming.
Right? And then you have to figure out how to buy a ticket. Like, do I need an Oyster card or can I just use my credit card? And what's the difference between a single journey versus a return ticket? It's a lot to process, even if you speak English pretty well.
Tell me about it. My trick was always to look for someone who looked like they knew what they were doing and then discreetly follow them. Or if I was feeling brave enough, I'd just approach someone and ask, "Excuse me, does this train go to?" That always helped.
That's a smart strategy, Anna. I like that. It really highlights how vital it is to know those key phrases. It's not just about physically getting to your destination. It's about feeling independent and confident in a new city. You really don't want to rely on expensive taxis all the time, do you?
You're absolutely right. Being able to navigate public transportation in English is a superpower for travelers and residents alike. So, today's the day we learn how to do just that. Our topic is Real Conversations, Public Transportation. Okay, everyone, let's get our tickets ready for some essential vocabulary. First up, let's cover the types of transport and places we'll encounter.
The most common are, of course, the bus and the subway or metro. Just a quick note, in some cities, you might hear underground or tube for the subway. For a quicker ride, you can grab a taxi or use a rideshare app like Uber. And where do you find them? At a bus stop or a subway station.
Next, super important, let's talk about tickets and fares. You'll need to buy a ticket. The price for that ticket is called the fare. You can buy a single ticket if it's just for one trip, or a return ticket for a round trip. For more regular travel, you might look into a pass, like a daily pass or a monthly pass, which can save you money.
Then we have directions and stations. You'll definitely need to know the direction the train or bus is heading. A train, for instance, stops at a platform at a station. You might also need to transfer or change lines to reach your final destination. And that final place you're going, that's your destination.
Finally, some really useful action verbs. To get on or get off a bus or train. To board a train, that's a slightly more formal way to say get on. Or to hail a taxi. That just means to wave at it to get its attention.
Okay, with those words in our mental travel bag, let's build some sentences to confidently navigate public transport. Our first grammar point is all about giving and asking for specific instructions for transfers or directions.
Right. When you're unsure if you should switch lines or what your next move is, you can ask questions using very practical phrases like, do I need to, or where do I? For example, you could say, excuse me, do I need to transfer for the museum? Or perhaps, excuse me, where do I catch the bus to the airport? Easy, right?
Exactly. And when someone gives you those instructions, it's super important to confirm what you've heard or ask for clarification. Try phrases like, so I need to get off at, or did you say the red line? So, for example, so I need to get off at the next stop for the park? Or did you say the bus leaves from platform 2? That helps avoid any confusion.
Our second grammar point focuses on asking about the journey's duration or how often the transport runs. So instead of just a general how long, we can be much more specific. You'll want to ask, how long does it take to get to? For example, excuse me, how long does it take to the airport by subway? That's a very common question.
And for frequency, meaning how often something runs, you can ask, how often do the buses run to the stadium? Or a slightly more formal option, what's the frequency of the trains during rush hour? These questions really help you plan your day.
So, to recap, be super clear when asking about transfers and directions, always confirm what you hear, and don't be shy about asking about journey times and schedules. Mastering these sentences will really help you navigate any city like a local, no problem. Okay, Ben, time to put on our traveler hats. This roleplay will simulate 3 really common public transportation scenarios: taking the subway, riding the bus, and catching a taxi. I'll be the traveler, and you'll play the roles of the station attendant, bus driver, and taxi driver. Ready for our adventure?
Absolutely. Sounds like a fun trip. I'm ready to be your guide. Let's kick things off at the subway station. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, please. I'd like a single ticket to the city center.
City Center. That will be $3. Are you paying with cash or card?
Card, please. And excuse me, one more thing. Which platform do I need for the city center?
You need platform 3, the red line going north. It's straight ahead and down the escalator.
Platform 3, red line, north. Got it. Thank you so much for your help. Excuse me, driver. Does this bus go to the public library?
Yep, it does. That's about 5 stops from here.
Great. How much is the fare?
$2. You can pay with exact cash or just tap your card here.
I'll tap my card. Hey, could you please let me know when we get to the public library?
Sure thing. Just listen for the announcement. or I'll give you a heads up.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. Hello, I need to go to the Grand Hotel, please. It's on Main Street.
The Grand Hotel, Main Street. Got it. Is that the fastest route, or would you prefer to avoid the highway?
Oh, the fastest route is fine. About how long will it take, approximately?
Around 15 minutes, depending on traffic, and the fare will probably be about $25.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. Thank you.
All right, we're here at the Grand Hotel. That'll be $28 with the tip.
Here you go. Thank you so much. And we've arrived at our destination. Wow, that was a lot of ground to cover. But now our listeners are truly ready for any journey, don't you think?
Absolutely, Anna. Now for our bonus round. First, an important phrase for when you need to confirm if you're getting off at the right stop. It's super useful to just ask, "Is this my stop for?" For example, you could say, "Excuse me, driver, is this my stop for the National Museum?"
Another one is for when you're specifically looking for a departure point. Where does the bus/train for destination leave from? So you might ask, "Excuse me, where does the bus for the airport leave from?" Super clear, right?
And what about when you want to confirm if a specific type of payment is accepted? You can easily ask, "Do you accept credit card, cash, Oyster card?" This helps you avoid any awkward situations at the ticket machine or with the driver.
Now for our special segment, Fluent Phrases from the Hosts. Ben, in the taxi role play, the driver asked you, "Is that the fastest route, or would you prefer to avoid the highway?"
Yes, that's a great example of a driver offering you choices and being really helpful. It uses prefer to, which is a super common way to ask someone's preference politely. You can use prefer to in so many situations, like, "Do you prefer to walk or take the bus?" Or, "Do you prefer tea or coffee?" It just sounds really natural.
Exactly. And for our final cultural tip, in many Western countries, particularly for buses, you often need to have exact change for the fare or use a specific travel card. Drivers might not carry change, especially on older systems, so it's good to be prepared. And that brings our journey through public transportation to a successful stop. We've covered everything from buying tickets to asking for directions, making sure you're ready for any trip.
We really hope you feel more confident now to hop on that bus, catch that subway, or even hail a taxi in English. Being able to navigate a city independently is a huge leap in saying goodbye mute English.
Now, to truly make these essential phrases stick and become second nature, we encourage you to engage in some active practice. Don't just listen once, really dig in.
Here's how. First, take a moment to re-listen to our roleplay section. Let the sounds of English wash over you, getting comfortable with the speed and flow.
Then, find the transcript. Read along as you listen again, connecting the words to the sounds. And most importantly for your speaking practice, pause and repeat after us. Say the lines out loud, trying to match our rhythm and pronunciation. This kind of active engagement is your ticket to fluency.
Exactly. This focused repetition trains your mouth to make the natural sounds of English and builds that strong connection between your ears and your voice. This consistent, active practice is the key to finally moving past mute English and becoming a truly confident speaker, especially when you're out exploring.
We truly hope today's practical conversation helps you explore new places with ease and excitement. If this video helped you feel more prepared, the best way to support our channel is to give it a like. It really helps other learners find this important and useful information.
And if you want to join us for our next English adventure, and we've got many more exciting destinations planned, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We would absolutely love for you to be part of our growing community. For now, keep practicing those phrases, and happy travels, everyone!
Thank you for riding along with us. Keep practicing, and goodbye for now.